You know, for a guy who got fired from WB, he sure has a lot to say about a universe he has nothing to do with anymore. Hello everybody, I'm Robert Storms. Welcome back to the channel once again. If you're finding me for the very first time, be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button. That way you guys can stay up to date on all future content here on my channel. Also, I launched a new email address, robertstormsmail@gmail.com, where you guys can send in any questions or topics for future videos. So Zack Snyder has really come out a lot about the DCEU since he left the project, but since the release of Justice League, Zack Snyder has really come out publicly about what he was going to do with this universe. He come out talking about his vision for Justice League, how he was really featuring it based on the Injustice video game. He came out about how Doomsday isn't really the real Doomsday. Well, now Zack Snyder has come out about who was the Robin that was actually dead in Batman v Superman. If you guys remember in Batman v Superman, we saw the Robin suit with the words from the Joker all over saying the joke's on you. So we knew that there was a Robin that was killed. We all assumed it was Jason Todd because Jason Todd was the Robin that got killed in the comic books. But Zack Snyder came out and said, no, it wasn't Jason Todd. It was Dick Grayson, the first, the original, the OG, Dick Grayson, the guy who grew up to be Nightwing, was the one that was killed in his initial version. And he wanted to bring in Carrie Kelly to take over the Robin mantle. If you guys are unfamiliar with Carrie Kelly, she plays the new Robin in the Dark Knight Returns storyline written by Frank Miller. So I thought it was interesting because I really like Carrie Kelly as a character. And I remember when Jenna Malone was in talks to be in Batman v Superman. She is in the Ultimate Cut. But a lot of us assumed she was going to play Carrie Kelly or maybe Batgirl. But she ended up just being like this scientist, so she was completely wasted, to be honest with you. But I like the idea of bringing Carrie Kelly in. Now, the problem I have with what Zack Snyder said is because since Zack Snyder's been gone, there's been a lot of talk about a Nightwing movie. Well, if Zack Snyder comes out and says Dick Grayson is dead, then there is no character to play Nightwing because Dick Grayson is Nightwing. Now, let's be honest, they never mentioned it in any of the movies that Dick Grayson is dead. So they really don't have to follow or listen to anything Zack Snyder says. Zack Snyder is basically just talking to the wind at this point because nothing he says is relevant anymore. So if WB still wants to go through with a Nightwing movie, they can easily just still make that character Dick Grayson because in the actual canon of the movies, it was never actually said that Dick Grayson is dead. We just see a Robin suit. For all we know, it can still be Jason Todd who was killed by the Joker. And if I want to be honest with you guys, this story, Zack Snyder's story, it smells like You know what? I really love that clip. I just find it funny that Zack Snyder seems like he doesn't want to let go of this universe, that he constantly has to put out stuff to get people talking. He is no longer a part of this universe. Anything he says is irrelevant. It doesn't matter if that wasn't the real Doomsday, because as of right now, everything Zack Snyder says is in a vacuum. None of that stuff is actually canon. None of it was actually brought up in the movies. Therefore, WB can still go ahead and do whatever they want, regardless of what Zack Snyder says. But me personally, I'm just kind of getting sick of Zack Snyder putting his 2 cents into this, especially when he has no involvement in these properties anymore. But I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about Zack Snyder continually just coming out, blurting out stuff, and really kind of ruining what people perceived of these movies? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Once again, guys, if you're finding my channel for the very first time, be sure to click that subscribe button. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.